The first time he came into my room was just amazing, and just holding him and thanking him, and it was like seeing an angel.
Alan and I have always been really close. He and I are 8 years apart, so he was like my baby from the beginning. Alan is the most selfless person I know. He was a senior in college. September 11th happened, and he decided that he was going to enlist in the Army.
I think Alan's that type of person. I think of someone that goes away for 2 years from their little daughter and is in a barrack in Afghanistan, hears bombs going off. How can you do that? Because that mission is so much greater than himself.
So Mike is my brother-in-law, but he's always been a big brother to me. You know, he does so much for us. He's a very selfless person, and he does so much for other people. Whether that's teaching or coaching, mentoring his players.
They're part of our family, and I don't say that lightly.
The game before I left, the whole team said a prayer for me, and the kids came up and they gave me cards just thanking me for everything that we had done. And they knew I would never give up and never give up on them, and hopefully they've taken that they're never going to give up no matter what life throws at them, no matter what adversity throws at them, they're going to fight back.
We were leaving our children in Miami. We're traveling on I-75 with a hurricane literally following us. I'm in the car with my brother, who's giving his kidney to my husband. It was kind of surreal.
Waiting in that waiting room, and the incredible thing about Tampa General is that the lady who took us up, the nurse who took us up, had us do a prayer together.
And that was just like a moment of calm for all of us. They took Alan in first, and we all gave him a hug and a kiss, and he was excited and ready. And then Mike was gone, so it was just my sister-in-law and I. Dr. Wayne comes out and he shows us Alan's kidneys out, and he was gonna put it into Mike. And so we had, at that moment it was like, oh my gosh, this is happening, and it's gonna be okay. The
next thing I remember was waking up in the recovery. I feel great, I wanna donate something else.
Waking up and hearing that my kidney function is normal. Immediately, I'm on, you're still on the anesthesia, so I thought it was a dream. I'm like, yeah, be kidding me.
After the fact, it was one of those crazy roller coasters. My brother was in recovery first, and I went to see him. And then Mike comes out of surgery, and I go to see him. So it was like I was running from floor to floor.
After, I think within a day or two, we were able to walk and get up and see him. And, he had that smile on his face.
The Saturday after I was transplanted, we had a live feed from the game that they played, and watched it on my laptop, and it was my first high blood pressure reading I'd had. And thank goodness the nurse we had, her son played linebacker at the University of Kentucky, so she said, look, I understand. And she goes, you can watch the end of the game. So right when the game was over, we won the game, and my blood pressure went back to normal.
They had their coach back, and they were going to play for him, and boy, did they play for him. They won that game before they even stepped out on the field.
When you hear about it, you hear how simple it is. And I say simple, I mean, it's not life-threatening and everything, but how altruistic it is to have that power to save a life. I think that if the more we get that out there, we'll have more people doing it.
That's our goal now, is to inform people and educate people about living kidney donations, because it's such an easy process. and so many people could be saved.
The fact is that there's just so many people that are waiting and praying. Somebody like me or like you know, can make that difference.
If living donation, if more people get involved and do it, less people die, and people are not on that wait list tied to machines, and it's as simple as that.